All right, man. I'm sorry. I forgot where it was. I think the sun was in my eyes. So the exchange student who wanted to make a film for her application to the university in Berlin had asked me. I thought she had asked me if I wanted to play a travesty in her film, but as it turns out, she meant a transvestite. So yeah, so I spent like the next couple of weeks, and they outfitted me with the shoes and the hose and the dress and stuff, and and then I don't know. I mean, I anyone who makes a creative effort, I appreciate. Whatever. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just failing at it. But I had to play this transvestite, and my only scenes were wearing this red dress. And in one scene, I had to like lean up against a tree and play an imaginary violin. And I mean, I don't know how to play a real violin, so playing it imaginary is almost as difficult. I've played imaginary drums. I might tell that story sometime about my Kiss days. And so there was a scene where I had to play the imaginary violin, and then, and then one of the scenes, I don't know what she was getting at really, because I mean I wasn't informed. We didn't have meetings really. The only meetings we had were to see if I fit in my dress. And then one scene was like me walking around despondent in a local graveyard. It was weird because it was the graveyard that was catty corner to my old friend's house, who lived there with his long time ago wife, no longer wife, who was in a band that I used to hang out with quite a bit. And his house used to be I don't know what you call it, like a butcher's facility. The house was a house, but the house was on the property of like a barn, and then like what used to be, I don't know what a slaughterhouse is really, but I mean it was a butcher facility. It wasn't you didn't go there you didn't go up to a counter or whatever to buy a hamburger, but the property they lived in, and she was a doctor, and he was I'm not speaking in past tense necessarily. I don't know, and he was just a creative musician. But he's quirky, and that marriage didn't last. And it was weird because the girl he married, he was in the band. I don't think I'm going to mention the band's name. I don't want you guys to have me too many clues, but he was in a band. And my other best friend was in a band, and the guys who at the butcher place, whether I'm lazy or not, I chose to not have children. So that's if I had a child and didn't go pick it up wherever the kid is, that would be super lazy. But I don't have a kid. I'm staring at the lawn; it needs to be mowed, but. I mean, I don't think that's the same as not picking your child up. I don't know if it's her child, not picking a kid up. But anyway, trying to wrap this up. So that second scene was in a cemetery, and I had to like walk around in my red size 14 high heels and my satin dress. And I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. She just wanted me to walk around or something. And there was another scene. I can't remember what the other scene was. So that all wrapped up. That was probably like in March or something. I remember it being a little chilly in that red dress. I understand and what was funny was when we got done at the, cemetery scene, I had driven in my own car, and I wasn't going to change at the cemetery. So in my official position at the establishment that I worked at, I had driven over there with like red lipstick. I'm sure I had a wig. I don't remember the wig. brunette. I don't know. I can't remember. The wig didn't even occur to me until just now. And then the red satin dress and the hose and the big red high heels. I'm sure I didn't wear the high heels in my car, but I drove over there, and then we got done with the scene. I drove back, and I decided it'd be so weird if I shouldn't speed today. I should lay off the pedal, my nylon-footed pedal, because I don't want to get pulled over and have to explain to the cops who I am and what the F I'm doing. I'll finish this up right now. So that was probably like March or April or something. And then at the end of the year, like graduation time or whatever, at the end of the semester, and it was weird. I don't really remember this guy. I used to have a couple of acquaintances that, I can't remember what they called that place. I can't remember the house. They used to call it like, I don't want to say they called it the AV Club, because there are other things that are called that. And I don't want to call it the Nerd House either, but maybe it was a combination of the two. It was like these four guys that were really into, music and stuff, but mostly in like videos. And I went over there a few times. I lived not too far away from them, and it was down this weird the street itself was probably only like, you could walk down the entire side street in 45 seconds, and then off to the side street was a smaller side street, and they lived there. And it was the first time and who cares if I'm going over, I don't have anything to do. And I went over there and hung out with them. I wish I could remember their name. I think one of them was named Wampus. That's the only thing that comes to me. I think one of them was named Wampus. Well, I'm sure that wasn't his name, but whatever. And I went over there, and it was the first time I ever saw this Mexican television television show. I think it was called, I don't speak Spanish, Camera in Flagrante. I think that was the name of it. And it was basically, I don't know if it was the precursor or simultaneous or a ripoff, but like America's Funniest Home Videos. Just silly, spoofy laugh track, haha, whatever. I don't know if anybody won a prize at the end or whatever. But these videos were really like, the ha-ha moments were like, a kid like breaking his leg, or a donkey kicking somebody in the head. It was like really, I would not watch America's Funniest Home Videos unless I was strapped down to a chair like Clockwork Orange or something. But, it was worse than that. But, it was kind of funny to see that. That was so long ago. I don't even know. They didn't even get it from cable. They probably just had like one of their great nerd friends mail it to them from Tijuana or something. I don't know. Oh, yeah. So, right. Sorry. So one of the guys that I'd met over there at the Geek House, I think that's what they called it, the Geek House. One of the guys I'd met over there, I guess had been in charge. Listen to this. That's probably one of them F-16s or something. I don't know. So the night it was supposed to premiere, I was living over on Flood Street. Luckily, it hadn't rained. And I don't know what the deal, I can't remember what the deal was, but it was supposed to like premiere at the Student Union in the small auditorium. And the guy came over, and I can't remember what happened. I don't know why he came over. He didn't just come over to announce that there had been a big delay. I don't remember having video equipment myself, but for some reason he showed up at my house 30 minutes before the premiere. And he's over at my house, and this doesn't matter either, but this has gone over so long. And the guy's spectacles. I'm an 18th century optometrist. This guy's glasses, they were so thick. I don't think in person in my life I've ever seen a guy with that thick of glasses. But whatever, he was like the producer or editor or whatever of his film. And he came over to my house to do something. I can't remember why he was, and he brought his friend or whatever. Anyway, the only thing I remember, they were announcing that they were having a big problem with the premiere, which didn't really matter to me. I mean, I don't think I had a seat or something, but so he came over there, and the whole point of the story is did that transvestite thing because I thought she said travesty, and in the end, I don't think it was ever shown, and not knowing her name, certainly not knowing the name of the film, only possibly being able to track down the context and the month and year, I'll probably never see that. And I bet I looked good in that red dress.